Good afternoon, dear students. Myself, Chodak Parsi, Assistant Professor of Commerce, JFGC, Kottagiri. Today, I discuss third session of the unit second. In this session, I discuss all agreements are not contract. It is a statement for 5 marks and differences between an agreement and a contract. It is also for 5 marks and 2 marks. First, let us discuss about all agreements are not contracts. See, the students in last video means in second session, I discussed about the meaning and definition of contract and agreement and types of agreement. Therefore, all agreements are not contract. It is a statement. How you will define this? Because of, very well, agreement is nothing but according to section 2, section E of the Indian Contract 1872. Every promise and every set of promises forming for consideration for each other. Therefore, if that agreement constitutes a valid contract, it must be enforced by law. An agreement must be enforced by law. At that time, it created a valid contract. But some of agreements may be social in nature. That's why those social in nature, those like some illegal agreements, some like void agreements, they do not constitute a legal obligation. When they do not constitute a legal obligation, they do not possible to create a valid contract. Therefore, that's why all agreements cannot possible to create legal obligation. Only a sum of agreement creates a legal obligation. Which are those create a legal obligation? They create a contract. They become a contract. But on the other hand, sum of agreements does not possible to create a legal obligation, therefore cannot constitute a contract. That's why ಯಾವ ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಲೀಗಲ್ ಅಬ್ಲಿಗೇಷನ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅವು ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತವೆ. ಯಾವ ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಲೀಗಲ್ ಅಬ್ಲಿಗೇಷನ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ, they do not constitute a contract. This is very important point. That's why all agreements are not contracts. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. because of why the agreements are different types ಇರುತ್ತೆ. social in nature. Social agreement is not in a contract. Social agreement is not possible to constitute a contractual contract. It is social in nature. As usual, void agreement is not possible to constitute a contract. As usual, illegal agreement is not possible to constitute a contract. Only which is constitute a contract, which is the legal one, which is the legal agreement, that legal agreement only constitute a contract. Because of why that follows the legal obligation, that creates a legal relationship between the parties. That's why only those agreements which give rise to legal obligation, they become a contract. They should continue. It's true that all agreements are not contracts. ನಾನು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಕ್ಕೆ ಚಾನ್ಸೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಏನು ನಾವು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ ಅದೇ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇದು ಅಪ್ಲಿಕಬಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. all contracts are not all contracts are agreements. ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂದರೆ all contracts must have two elements. One is what is called agreement and the other one is enforcement of law. Therefore, all contracts are agreements. Because of why there can be a contracts only when there are agreements are enforceable by law. For this reason, one can say that all agreements not possible to create a constitute a contract, but all contract is an agreement ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂದರೆ agreement is wider than the contract. Agreement is called a genus, but contract is called a species of agreement ಅಂತ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. That's why no doubt which creates the legal obligations may arise from agreements. Very important. Legal obligations may arise from agreements, but all legal obligations do not necessarily arise from agreements. Very important. ಎಲ್ಲ ಲೀಗಲ್ ಅಬ್ಲಿಗೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಸಹ ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಂದ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. That's why all legal obligations do not constitute a contract. Very important. ಎಲ್ಲ ಲೀಗಲ್ ಆಬ್ಲಿಗೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಎ ಲೀಗಲ್ ಆಬ್ಲಿಗೇಷನ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಆಲ್ ಲೀಗಲ್ ಆಬ್ಲಿಗೇಷನ್ ಡು ನಾಟ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಎ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್, ಬಟ್ all contracts create a legal obligations. Therefore, only those legal obligations which are arise from agreements, they constitute a contract. That's why this is what you call. Therefore, all agreements are not contracts, but all contracts are agreements. It is only yavaga when those agreements which give rise or constitute or create legal obligations and which are enforceable at law, they are become a contract. They create a valid contract. This is the statement, and this is what is called that should be expired. And next, very important difference between an agreement and a contract is for 5 months and 2 months. For 2 months, mention madi. 5 months is 6 to 7 points mention madi. There are so many differences are there. Very simple differences. First one difference, agreement ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾವು ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. First one meaning of the word. Very simple. Agreement and contract meaning ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, first every promise and every set of promises forming consideration for each other is an agreement. But contract andrenu, on the other hand, an agreement which is enforceable by law is a contract. This is the meaning, and also first what you call the difference. That's all. Second one, an agreement is some total of offer plus acceptance. An agreement is some aggregate of the total of offer and its acceptance. But a contract is some total of agreement and its enforceability of law. Contract is some total of or aggregate of agreement and its enforceability at law. This is one difference. Moreover, an agreement may or may not create legal relationship. Very important. All agreements may or may not create legal relationship. ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟು ಲೀಗಲ್ ರಿಲೇಶನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಮಾತ್ರ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತವೆ, ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ನನಗೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ವೆರಾಸ್ ಅ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ನೆಸೆಸರಿಲಿ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ದ ಲೀಗಲ್ ರಿಲೇಶನ್ಶಿಪ್. ಆದರೆ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ಸ್, ಎವ್ರಿ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ನೆಸೆಸರಿಲಿ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ಸ್ ದ ಲೀಗಲ್ ರಿಲೇಶನ್ಶಿಪ್. ಓಕೆ, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಒನ್ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್. ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಒನ್, an agreement is genus and contract is species of an agreement. ಇದನ್ನು ನಾನು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂದರೆ an agreement is wider concept. An agreement is a wider concept than the contract, because of contract is a narrow scope of the agreement. That's why an agreement is a genus, but a contract is a species of an agreement. This is the another one, fourth one. And fifth one, all agreements are not contracts, but all contracts are agreements. This is the another one difference. In statement ಅದನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. All agreements are not contracts, whereas all contracts are agreements. That's it. And sixth one, an agreement is not concluded contract. An agreement is not possible to conclude contract. Agreement in ತಕ್ಷಣ ಅದು ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, but a contract implies a concluded agreement. ಆದರೆ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ agreement ಇಂದ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. Fourth, fifth one, sixth one, seventh one. An agreement is defined under the section 2 subsection H. An agreement is defined under the section 2 subsection E of the Indian Contract 1872, but the contract is defined under the section 2 subsection H of the Indian Contract Act 1872. This is the difference. And last one, agreements not necessarily in writing and registered. Agreements writing alli irbeku anta rules ಇದೆ, register ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ rules ಇದೆ, but whereas contracts must be registered and also written. ಅದು ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು, ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು. ದಿಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್. ನಾನು ಸುಮಾರು 8 ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸನ್ನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸನ್ನು. 5 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ 6 to 7 ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸನ್ನು ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ದರ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲನೇಷನ್ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸಾಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ 2 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ 2 ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿ. Therefore, in today's session, in today's video, I discuss first one, all agreements are not contracts, but some of agreements, some contracts are, all contracts are agreements ಅನ್ನು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿವಿ. ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನು 5 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್, ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿವಿ. ಅಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ what is the difference between agreement and contract ಅನ್ನು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿವಿ. In next session and next video, I discuss about essential elements of valid contract. Thank you.